the betting, the not so much anymore, is more down to my own fault. I need to get studying again to get the edge back. But yeah, it's a great product. I love the exchange. It's really, in my opinion, one of the better bookmakers, if not the best bookmaker out there.
Welcome back to the studio, and it's time now to go through the field for race 6 on the program. Race 6 is an 80 handicap, and some interesting racing, some competitive racing. As we've always said to you, it's all about structure. 1 or 2 races we find tough and you may want to load up, and 1 or 2 races you could go light. 80 handicap over 1,800 meters, 3:30, race 6, where the average rating is a 77, and beating on the same old drum am I. And you'll see a little bit later by my suggested bet for the day. Not easy. I'm taking a chance. It's all about chance, Sheldon, and it's all about luck, etc. But here it's Peter Muscat, Ros Coetzee, and Tristan Godden. Manhattan Cafe beat Maximus in his penultimate start. He then followed up and beat Brandenburg. Was at the 74 level, where the average rating was 70. It's a little bit tougher now. It's an 80 handicap, at the average rating is 77. But the handicapper from a 74 to a 78, I still think he's okay in the handicaps, and we've seen 1 or 2 horses around the country reel off a few hat-tricks now and again, and I think Manhattan Cafe can do it. He's my firm first choice.
I think you're on the right track there when it comes to the handicap. I don't think they've quite gotten a hold of him. He's a big, strong specimen. When you see him in the ring, he'll certainly stick out. He's a monster of a horse. He's only had the 9 runs for the 3 wins in 2 seconds. He's still learning what racing's about. So there's a lot of improvement to come. I think he's a horse who's going to be in the upper 80s when it comes down to crunch time and he gets to the top of his ability. So 5 Manhattan Cafe. I know the Peter Muscat, Tristan Godden combination. You're looking for the 3 Musketeers on the day. So you're looking for a big run from Manhattan Cafe. And he's a horse who keeps you interested. He loves the tempo on. He quickens up well. And he's such a big, strapping individual. In his favour, with the rain about, in the wet, 1 from 1, so that won't put you off. He's a horse you've got to give high respect to. The interesting runner for me, and the horse that I'm going to say thrown to the trifectas and exactas, is number 3, Time Taker, who's currently at 16 to 1. I'm just putting a line through that last run saying he didn't see out the 2,400 metre trip. He's dropped down in the ratings. He's down to a 75, and Samanga Kamala has been booked for the ride. So that's quite taking, and I think Time Taker at 16 to 1. If you go back in his earlier form, Sea Master, Born to Perform, Champompa Champisi, he's got some decent runs under the bank. Just looking at the course, he has got 1 win at the course, and all 3 of his wins have come on the turf. Let's just have a look at the wet. 5 runs for a win and a 4th. This is my lurker in the pack. Number 4, Q Wing, never far off the action. You have to include him. And number 9, Iron Will. They found the right race for him last time, and the money poured.
And Money Heist beat Money Heist, did Iron Will. It was a good race. It was a good effort. He was really gutsy back on the turf. So yeah, Iron Will, with pleasure. Just 2 opinions on 2 horses quickly. I know we can't talk about all of them and we can't select them all, but it's competitive racing. We say that time and time again. With pleasure, I know is drawn deepest of all, but his form is consistent. He has got 60.5 to shoulder. Chance?
Got to have a chance. From the outside gate, obviously Keegan DeMella knows him exceptionally well. He's ridden him in his last 5 or 6 runs. He's a horse who will be not too far off the action, and if the pace is on, he'll slot in, be 5-6 lengths off them. When they spin for home, he's a horse who can turn it on, so he'll be given a good, confident ride from the saddle, and you have to throw him into all the equations.
Last question before we wrap the 6th. Catch the Tune, also in with a bit of a chance, thrown to quartets.
I think he's a horse who's got more than enough ability to go very close to winning. His penultimate run, he looked to be the business when he beat Secret Giver, and then followed up behind Boundless Bash, who ran a decent race the other day. So another horse that muddies the waters. It's not cut and dried. There's a number of horses in this race who've got the ability to win. Okay,
there we go. That's race number 6. Manhattan Cafe. I think, as you heard from Sheldon and I, we both like him for the win position, but there are a few other horses that'll be queuing up behind to take honours should he fluff his lines. We don't want him to fluff his lines. We want him to do 2 things. A, to achieve the hat-trick, and B, to remain unbeaten in the wet.
It's Donovan Everett from Cape Racing, and I'd just like to say it's an absolute pleasure to be involved with Intrabet and Cape Breeders in this golf day today here at Pearl Valley. It's fantastic for the industry to see all the relevant stakeholders coming down and having a good time and networking, and it's exactly what the industry needs right now in terms of moving forward and recreating some positivity to take us forward into the next year.